2025 was like a buffet of really freaking good games, except I haven't even finished the buffets from 2023 and 2024 yet. What really made this year stand out to me was the number of Game of the Year worthy indie titles that came out. There was already very little reason for most people to buy games at full price because they usually launch broken just to go on sale a few months later. Now, even less so. Why would any sane person buy Borderlands 4 for bajillion dollars when Hades 2 is only 30? Why would you buy Black Ops 7 when Silksong is only 20? Why the fuck would you buy any video game if you haven't played Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, a 2021 masterpiece where you avoid paying taxes, solve plantastic puzzles, harvest crops, and battle massive beasts? It was tough to nail this list down to just 8 because of how many well-made quality games that came out this year. But through the power of my Lord and Savior and the 7 dragon rectangles, I have managed to do just that. Just remember, if you disagree with me, you're dumb, and my uncle's mom's nephew's grandpa's second cousin works as a janitor for YouTube, so you'll be banned. Number 8. This year had a lot of games where you shoot people with a gun, each of them with their own unique flares. Battlefield 6 had insanely fun, destructible environments with full-out warfare with combined arms. Borderlands 4 was great for loot junkies. Call of Duty. But for my pick, I gotta go with Expedition 33. But for my pick, I'm gonna have to go with Arc Raiders. It is extremely rare to find a game where the community itself is sometimes more entertaining than the game they're actually playing. Yet that is exactly the case here. Half the fun comes from not knowing what kind of fucking mental asylum inpatient you will encounter. Sometimes you make a friend, sometimes you'll get shot on sight, and sometimes you might even get reverse mugged. The other half of the fun, of course, comes from saying that you're friendly and then shooting them in the face anyways. Death Stranding 2 is a fucking stupid ass game. You trek through mud, dirt, shit for hours on end while fighting against heavily armored bandits, mechs with katanas, and umbilical cord monsters just to deliver some dude a single slice of cheese. You build roads, power generators, and ladders so other dudes can have an easier time delivering their single slice of cheese. You watch your companion, a doll possessed by a human soul, give you a J-pop choreography in your room. And through all of this, you're experiencing a story that you absolutely cannot tell anyone else under any circumstances, lest you end up in the same asylum as the Arc Raiders players. 10 out of 5, I'll take 10 copies of Death Stranding 3, please. When Hades 1 came out in 2019, it was considered by many to be one of the best games of the year, and I gotta agree, and I haven't even played it yet. Now Hades 2, I don't even gotta say nothing because people have already said it for me. It's like Hades from that famous Michael Bay movie, SpongeBob Strip Club, but 2, played by Will Smith. We all know that the best game in your franchise is the second one, Knack 2, Overwatch 2, Knack 2 2. This game is like the top 2 Hades game of all time. See how great it is yet? And I don't even know why this game exists. Number 5. This patch was so good that it made me wish our friends were real. Silksong is a game that is so powerful, so omnipotent, that when it awoke from its slumber, it crashed the Steam Kingdom and forced Lord Gabe to actually work for the first time in millennia. The great philosopher, statesman, and general Tom Clancy once said that if you haven't played Hollow Knight, you're a fucking idiot. Well, now I shall amend this quote to, if you haven't played Hollow Knight and most of Silksong, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, this game has its fair share of problems, but because it has also inherited so much of what made its elder brother great, it absolutely deserves a spot on this list. Smooth and precise controls, a sense of progression that keeps you forward, the art style, the music, they're all there, just sometimes stained by the small design choices that eventually snowball together in the latter half. Also, it's like $20. Go fucking play this game, you ass.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
In a sea of dumbed-down, streamlined RPGs that dominate the industry nowadays, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 stands as a shining example that there's still demand for realistic, grounded ones out there. Playing as the fated hero who is destined to do a backflip, snap the evil Lord of Evil's neck, and make the panties of every woman within a 10-kilometer radius sodden just by breathing was fun initially, but at this point, it's so played out that I actually have way more fun struggling against one bandit in a fight because my sword stat was so shit than in 90% of the RPGs I've played in the last 7 years combined. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the only games on the planet that can make carrying sacks of flour and shoveling shit out of the latrine fun, instead of making me immediately want to give up and go lie face down in a ditch for an hour. 3 words. Donkey Kong December, baby.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Number 1. And ladies and gentlemen, the best video game of all eternity and all time goes to Call of Duty 22 Black Ops 7, baby. For the first time ever in the franchise, you get the guns, you get the kill streaks, you get the class system, you get the in-game purchases in a fully priced game that only lasts for a few months. Alright, in all seriousness, Expedition 33 is the first ever title from the very small studio Sandfall Interactive, yet it feels like it was put together by a legion of expert craftsmen who's been making video games for the Pantheon since the day of Mount Olympus. It's a case where excellent ideas and passion meet tech, something that is pretty rare in the smaller studio scene. Everything is so well done, the art style, the writing, the incredibly innovative turn-based combat, that I don't think that this was intended for us mere mortals to experience. Really, the only bad thing I can say about this game is that one of the core members of the development team likes League of Legends. So 0 out of 5, bad game, worse than Call of Duty.